There was two things that I wanted to test when making this video. First, if I could tell a difference between the older and newer versions of Stable Diffusion, basically version 2 and 2.1. And also, more interestingly, whether ChatGPT, the insane new AI chatbot, could help me design better prompts. Spoiler alert, the newer version is better and ChatGPT can't help me that much. But let me try and demonstrate what I mean. Take these two pictures. I'll show you the prompts in a moment, but we have the old version on the left and the newer version 2.1 on the right. And Stability AI did talk about how it trained on a different data set for architectural visualization, so you can expect better results. And I do think the image on the right is of significantly better quality. I don't know what data sets, of course, they trained on, but I just feel the image is grainier, more detailed, more realistic somehow. Image on the left is beautiful, but a bit more washed out. I tried lots of examples and they were similar to this, and you'll see some of those examples later. Next, what I tried was recruiting ChatGPT to help me design a prompt. The prompt I gave for this image was on the right. I said, generate me a hyper-realistic photograph of Roman architectural ruins in a desert apocalyptic landscape, etc., etc., etc. And then I asked ChatGPT, I said, come on, AI, write me an image prompt for Roman ruins in a desert apocalypse. And it gave me this beautiful, quite detailed, quite long set of 4 paragraphs that might help me to do so. So I was like, okay, this is going to be interesting. I want to try this quite long prompt on both the older version of Stable Diffusion and the newer version. Let's see if ChatGPT can design a better prompt than I could. And yes, you can still see the improvement between the older version of Stable Diffusion and the newer version. But I think neither image, even the one on the right, is quite as good. I mean, you can let me know in the comments, but I don't think ChatGPT revolutionized my ability to use Stable Diffusion. I mean, let's go back to the prompt. It had far more descriptive elements about skeletal trees, a lone figure making their way through the ruins in paragraph 3. Can you see that on either image? The point I'm trying to make to you guys is that I think ChatGPT is way ahead in terms of cleverness than the models for Stable Diffusion, etc. It can create and imagine far more detail than these models can actually generate. Maybe soon, Stable Diffusion or Midjourney, and I've tested that out as well, will catch up to this level of detailed input, but at the moment, it's almost like ChatGPT is too clever, so it doesn't really help as an image prompter. I know some people have tried it for creating interior decor images, but really, I don't think ChatGPT was adding much. Most of the work was done by the human. Let me try and demonstrate this concept in another way. Here we have, using Stable Diffusion 2.1 now, the result of a detailed image prompt generated by ChatGPT. I asked it, please write a short, notice I said short image prompt for a futuristic hotel by the sea. It came up with this. I'd hardly describe it as short. Now, it's a beautiful image, not super detailed. Obviously, it struggles with straight lines as always, but does it really capture each room being equipped with smart TVs, high-speed internet, automated curtains, 360-degree view of the ocean, exotic cocktails? No, it can't. It's a lovely futuristic hotel by the sea, but again, ChatGPT is just too clever for its own good. Then I tried just a super dumb human input. Just in case you think this is Stable Diffusion's fault, the 2.1 version, I tried this on Midjourney, and they got a lovely, beautiful result, same prompt, an amazing image. You can almost see the sea buffeting up against the hotel, but I'm not seeing any TVs. I'm not seeing much in the way of some of the detail later on in the second, third, and fourth paragraphs. But you could say it is sleek, it's modern, it's got a curved and organic design, so maybe the models like Midjourney are slowly catching up to the detail of ChatGPT, but we'll have to see. At the moment, they're definitely far behind. I can't see any king-size beds, for example. Next, I tried just a dumb human input. Futuristic hotel by the sea. That's it. No ChatGPT helping me out. That's my input. Not even smart things about hyper-realistic 8K octane render, anything like that, just futuristic hotel by the sea. And I think it did a pretty good job. It's a lovely, grainy image. It's by the sea, it's futuristic. You know, not too bad, not too dissimilar to the other examples, to be honest. Let's try again. This is my dumb human input. An elderly couple eats at a restaurant in Paris, vintage, soft light, highly detailed. I'm not seeing too much in the way of vintage, but lovely image. Now, you will notice with this example that ChatGPT gave me a slight edge when I tried to use it. This result is great, but are you getting a real sense of Paris here? Now, remember, this is the sort of super simplistic human input. Watch the first upgrade. The first upgrade is going up to Diffusion 2.1. And here we get much more of a Parisian feel. I don't know what it is. Maybe the light, the redness, the background, there's touches of Paris. Maybe it's just me. There's more of a vintage element. Am I biased? I don't know. But I think this meets the description a lot more. Obviously, we've got some problems with the hands going on, but what's new? But for my final image, I recruited, yet again, one last time, ChatGPT. Design me a prompt for such a scenario. And it came up with this. Again, I asked it short. It really can't follow that command at all. It's not short. But here is its image prompt for an elderly couple at a restaurant in Paris. And this time, I don't know if it is the profusion of detail involved in the prompt. I don't know what it was, but the models were much more responsive to what I was after. We've got the Parisian feel now with the berets. And notice the man does have a twinkle in his eye, a mischievous grin. Obviously, there's some details that were askew, like in his hands and slight details in the eye, but much closer. We do have a cozy environment. I can see candles flickering on the tables. The woman isn't gazing out of the window, and I can't see an Eiffel Tower, but not bad. Notice they're both smiling, and it did say the couple was clearly in love. And one final demonstration of this concept here. This is actually with the earlier version of Stable Diffusion, using ChatGPT's prompt. And while it didn't pick up on all the details in the prompt, it picked up on more than I expected. We do have the Eiffel Tower in the background. We do have a couple. I have noticed that I think the model's been updated. I'm seeing more gay couples in the output than before, where it was almost predominantly heterosexual. So I don't know if that's an update in the model or just some of the outputs I'm getting, but up to half were females with females, men with men, despite the fact, notice that in the prompt, it says a woman and a man. So I don't know if that's coded into the models now to prompt more same-sex couples coming with the outputs. Either way, I would say that this image shows the potential for next year, where the models are better able to pick up on some of those details from ChatGPT, and so it goes hand in hand. ChatGPT gets cleverer and cleverer, creating ever more detailed scenarios, and the models are able to pick up those details and generate more and more photorealistic outputs, to the point where the human prompter won't be needed at all. All you do is maybe voice command into ChatGPT or into your phone, I want an image that does this. ChatGPT will interpret that, add in thousands of details, spit that out for Stable Diffusion or whichever model to create a hyper-realistic image. That's probably the future, and it might not even take that long to arrive. But as it currently stands, ChatGPT is amazing, but not so much as an image prompter. Let me know what you think, and have a great day.